Well, hello. I'm Jon Lindley. I am the director of our upcoming production at Clerical-Error-Productions, and we are getting ready to do a production of Happy Days at the District Theater, February 23 through 26. That's the District Theater on Mass Avenue, downtown Indianapolis. If you'd like to look that up, you can go to indiedistricttheater.org. And I'm very excited to talk about this show because I want you to know this is not the Happy Days with characters named Richie and Fonzie. This is the Happy Days by the brilliant playwright Samuel Beckett, great Irish playwright. He's also a novelist. So some folks out there, I have a feeling, may be very excited about that. I have a feeling there are probably two kinds of audience members that we can expect to see. We may have theater folk, we may have theater lovers, maybe some literary types who hear that it's Samuel Beckett's Happy Days and they'll know that's the one. That's the one where the lady is stuck in the ground up to her waist and then she's stuck in the ground up to her neck. And no one ever does that play, and so now is your chance to finally go and see what that play is all about. So we're doing it. And the other folks maybe are theater lovers, but they don't know anything much about Beckett. They don't know anything about Happy Days. But maybe you've heard just enough that Beckett is kind of dense and dark and brooding and hard to understand. Well, none of that's true, at least not for this play. Happy Days just happens to be one of his most accessible pieces. It's fun and funny. Winnie, who is the main character, is just one of the most endearing characters in all of the modern theater, in my opinion. She'll be brilliantly played, delightfully played by our own Kate Duffy, and I'm looking forward to coming to understand what the play is about as we go through rehearsal. We're working on that right now, and we're very excited to put it together and have a little fun with it.
I'm Kate Duffy. I am President and CEO of Clerical-Error-Productions, and I'm playing Winnie in our production of Samuel Beckett's Happy Days. I kind of have the feeling that maybe I was destined for this role, because when I was in Ireland with my daughter a few years ago, and we drove into Dublin at night, we were greeted by the Samuel Beckett Bridge, which is this gleaming white structure, a suspension bridge over the River Liffey. And it became our landmark while we were in Dublin and helped us navigate the city, and obviously made a very deep impression on me. Beckett describes Winnie as an interrupted character. And for an actor, this can be kind of daunting when you first open the script because Winnie has 99% of the lines. So it's page after page after page of what looks like these abrupt non sequiturs interrupted by stage directions to pause. And I went through and counted. There are over 300 of those pauses in Act 1 alone. So at first glance, an actor can think, am I going to be stuttering my way through this? Am I going to be burping and belching my way through this part? But when you look at the text holistically, you see that all these little apparent non sequiturs are actually just different strands of the same thoughts. And because Winnie is buried up, to her ribs in the ground, and don't ask why, just, that's your suspension of disbelief, just roll with it, she really can't act. So she has to react. And she reacts to all these interruptions around her, the bell for waking, the bell for sleep, her partner Willie grunting behind her back, or the interruptions that come up in her own mind. And it's through these pauses when she shifts gears and the interruptions occur that are like these little windows where we momentarily see how Winnie is processing what's happening to her. And the big issue on her mind isn't, as we might think, she's, as they say, up to her ditties in the bleeding ground. She's just trying to figure out how to navigate an unsuccessful relationship, what to do about getting old, where does she fit in the scheme of things with the world and seasons changing? And that, to me, is what makes her so relatable and endearing. These are very universal qualities. It's been said that Beckett is dense and impenetrable and inaccessible, and I think that's a shame because it may turn people away from characters like Winnie, who are very accessible and very universal, because she's just trying to figure out her relationship, her age, and her interaction with this natural world around her. And I think at some point in time, that's true for all of us. So we hope you'll come, and we hope that you'll enjoy Winnie as much as we do.